Before we get into this long intro, just letting you all know you have the option to skip through and go to the current content. I'm a detailed person, so I will be telling you, hey, this is what happened. Here's how it started. This is what she said. Now we are here. So if someone brand new who's not keeping up was to click on my video, they have all of the information they need. They're not confused and they are following the video. So if you are someone watching this thinking, wait, she said all of this in the last video, just skip that part and go to the new content. And I will do my best to also put the timestamps at the bottom in the comments and all of that. But just in case I do not do that, you can watch the entire video and support me. Thank you all for the love and support. Or you can use your mouse or your finger or your cell phone, whatever you're watching this on, and just scan through until you get to the part where, okay, this is the new content she's talking about, okay? Let's get into it. What's up, my Finna loves? It's Miss Finna D coming to you all from Finna Entertainment News. Most of you are aware that on the latest episode of Married to Medicine, Vice President Kamala Harris joined Dr. Jackie of Married to Medicine to talk about the mortality rate of Black women during childbirth. And that was a very serious conversation. Dr. Jackie was celebrating, that she was given this huge opportunity and all of that, but that celebration did not last because old footage of her having a conversation with Dr. Heavenly resurfaced.
All right, let's see, Dr. Jackie. You're keeping it moving, boo. I'm gonna just keep it going, okay? Somebody asked you, why are Black females more likely to have problems with mortality with childbirth? Black females.
What was the question?
Black females, why more mortality rate with Black females?
Now, I wish we knew the answer, and I will not allow myself to say it is health disparity only. Same thing we're seeing with the CV, as you've told me, we have to say, is we as a race have more comorbidities. And what do we mean by that? Diabetes, hypertension, asthma, thyroid, the things that can compound already having that, and you turn around and get COVID, or you're pregnant, or CV, then you definitely are seeing African American women with more maternity deaths. Care is important. Crazy enough, we still see patients come into the hospital that patient has not seen a doctor her entire pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
And she comes in, fibroids. We're more likely to have hemorrhage in pregnancy or after delivery if you have fibroids. So it's so many things that go into that picture. And I don't want us to think it's just that doctors aren't taking care of Black women. Because I can certainly say for the doctors in my practice and around me, we give everybody equal care. Now, I'm going to qualify this and be Dr. Heavenly for a minute. Sometimes as African American women, we're a bit more dramatic. And that you go to the doctor and you complain and you complain and you complain, and you're not taken serious because you cried wolf the entire pregnancy.
That ain't me, boo. I don't know what you're talking about, but go ahead.
I didn't say you. I just said as African American women, we want to also make sure you're being serious with your doctor and not playing the game so I can take you off work. Because then we see you 25 times in the pregnancy. It's hard to believe that there's a true problem when there's a true problem.
Well, the dragging continued, the negative comments continue, and so Dr. Jackie responded again, this time with a lefty statement. Recently, a clip from a nearly 2-hour video was taken out of context to make it appear that I somehow take lightly what I have advocated for concerning the devastating problem facing the Black maternal health crisis. It has been my life's work to highlight and attempt to rectify the issue that devastatingly impact Black maternal mothers versus our counterparts. As a physician, I educate my patients every day to be their own best health advocate as we continue to face medical mistreatment and gaslighting. My intentions with the broader conversation was to ensure patients enter their pregnancies armed with information and tools to effectively communicate their needs with their doctors to ensure a positive outcome. The reason I became an OBGYN is because growing up, I saw such a lack of diversity amongst medical professionals and was determined to be part of the change. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, I will continue to fight for the lives of Black mothers and babies. If you watched the video I posted last night, then you are aware that Dr. Heavenly is standing with Dr. Jackie. Toya is standing with Dr. Jackie. Dr. Simone is standing with Dr. Jackie. Phaedra Parks also reposted her statement and wrote on the bottom of it, I love you. So they are all standing with Dr. Jackie. Well, after Dr. Heavenly posted her message on her page, you already know people had a lot of dragging to do on that post, and she did not play. She was clapping back for her girl. So let's get into her responses. And also Tamar Braxton joined the chat as well. So let's get into that. We not gonna act like Dr. Jackie isn't a great doctor. Y'all are dragging it. She's been looking after mine since I was 18. She delivered Tony kids, Trina kids, Tawana kids, and Logan. Y'all doing a lot. But I wasn't famous at 18, y'all. I thought I had breast cancer one time and she walked me through it. My homegirl, who is back in Chicago, didn't even have insurance and couldn't get seen, and she helped her all the way from Atlanta. We all say stupid stuff, but be easy in this one, okay? Or on this one. Speaking of breast cancer scare and actual breast cancer, not only is Dr. Jackie a survivor, but if you all been here for a while, well, some of you are probably new. But if you go to the Shadina, Shiloh, and Shemia from the Real Housewives of Atlanta playlist on this channel, you will see the series that I had on Shemia from the Real Housewives of Atlanta daughter, her surrogate. Yes, the same lady, Shadina, that was Ken Burris' surrogate as well. You all remember when she was carrying Shemia's daughter, she found out during one of her regular visits with Dr. Jackie that she had breast cancer. Even with her busy schedule, she was at the radio station early in the morning with Shadina on a radio station talking about the breast cancer, raising awareness, and all of that. If you missed that series and you are interested in watching it, you can go to that playlist. Shemia, Shiloh, Shadina is one playlist, but I have all of their names and I made it into one, and that's the playlist you can watch those videos on. Shadina also responded to Dr. Heavenly post supporting Dr. Jackie, and this is what she wrote. Stand with Dr. Jackie as well. She is a phenomenal doctor that truly does care for her patients. Being a doctor is no easy job. Heavenly responded, thank you, with those emojis. Now, I know I also saw that, oh, she only cares about her famous patients and all of that. Well, I'm going to also include comments from people who are not celebrities, who are not famous, that also had positive things to say about Dr. Jackie. Dr. Jackie was my OBGYN for some time during my entire pregnancy. She was nothing but exceptionally nice and supportive. She delivered my child 2/22/2011 at Northside Hospital via C-section, and everything went great. Just thought I'd add a positive true story to the comments. The only reason I stopped going to her is because her office was too far from my home. This is my experience too. Had both my girls with her and loved the experience. Girl, you know, this the era of clout chasing. Same experience for me as well. Just had my baby boy via C-section at 40 weeks, September 9th. Dr. Jackie was excellent. Thank you for not joining the hate train. The positive comments doesn't excuse what was said. The reason why I'm reading some of them is to simply say, for the people saying, have you read or seen the videos or heard from her previous patients saying how terrible she is? I'm also saying there are also patients saying how amazing she is. And if we're going to focus on the negative, also focus on the positive, because not everyone is saying she's this terrible and evil person. That is all I'm saying. I'm not excusing what she said. I've said it in every single video. She released her statement and all of that. But if we are going to focus on Hey Vina, did you see those statements of her previous patients? Well, here are statements and comments from other patients as well who have positive things to say about her. I'm always fair on this channel, so I will always show both sides. However, just because these other patients who are not celebrities had a positive experience doesn't mean that we are going to now say, oh, these other people are clout chasing and the experiences are not valid. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just simply saying everything on social media about Dr. Jackie is not negative, and there are patients also being positive when it comes to them expressing and explaining. Also, the YouTube live that led to all of this woman was on there for 2 hours answering questions, looking out for people, for black women. She was on there for a long time. However, she did say what she said. So I will never make excuse for that, okay? Also, in the next segment, I am going to read some of the comments of some of the responses from people on another viral video where the young lady is saying, listen, I was 38 weeks pregnant. I barely saw Dr. Jackie. I had a bad experience. And also, I wanted my son to be in there for a little bit more, or a few more days, cook a little bit more. But, she insisted that, I go through the delivery process and now my child is delayed. I'm not saying it's her fault, but based on everything I'm hearing, almost insinuating that it's Dr. Jackie's fault, okay? And these are the responses. I'm not including the video in here because sometimes when people realize how viral their content is going, they might put copyrights on it, and I don't want my content to be strike. But most of you, I think, know what I'm talking about, okay? So in summary, that's what she said, and these are some of the responses on that video. Autism is literally through the genes. Girl, shut up. I want to be the one to say it, cause what? Now, for real, they dragging it. You have people saying that, the people who are coming out with their stories are clout chasing because how come you didn't say nothing until now? Dr. Jackie can literally sue this lady for defamation. You are in the window of full term. Him having autism isn't the doctor's fault. Sometimes following the Me Too movement can cause you bigger issues than you're looking for, just saying. And she also admitted Dr. Jackie wasn't at the hospital during her labor, so her laboring experience don't fall on Dr. Jackie at all. Right. Autism is a risk factor in child development depending on you and your partner's health history. That's not how that works. Y'all love joining a hate bandwagon for clout. Girl, you had your baby at 38 weeks. That's full term. That ain't why your baby has developmental delays. I carry both my babies to 37 weeks and no delays. You may not like the way your birth plan was carried out, but you can't put that on the induction. Another comment. As a person who had a baby in my 6th month of pregnancy, I'm like 38 weeks. I would have loved that. Once again, I'm not excusing what was said. I'm just showing you the other side of social media, that not every single person are leaving negative comments. There are people out there who are also joining the conversation and simply providing their insight. Basically, there are people who are able to call Dr. Jackie out. Your comments were inappropriate. What you said was wrong, but we're also going to correct people when they are reaching or doing too much, because you can't blame her for this. And if you're not careful, a lawsuit could come your way because now you are messing with her license for clout. I'm not saying that. You all saw the comment. I'm just saying that's where some of these people are coming from. I guess they're advising her to be careful. But that's that young lady's story. And so, hey, I'm not here to say anyone doesn't have the right to come on a platform and explain their story. I'm just letting you all know that, yes, I did see the video, and majority of the responses look like this. It all depends on where you saw the video, because I'm sure on other platforms it's completely different and Dr. Jackie is receiving backlash. But the platform that I saw the video on, these were majority of the comments. Let me also add that although children with autism usually experience developmental delays in one or more areas. Not every child who experiences a delay in their development has autism. So let's get that clear. Most of you remember in Dr. Heavenly's statement, she wrote, "We have all learned lessons and will forever be changed." So this person responded, that was a lesson she had to learn in her big age. Heavenly responded, "I learn things every day at my big age. And if you get to this big age, hopefully you will too." Nice clap back. For someone who's advocating for this very issue, for someone who wakes up early in the morning to go to the radio station, to sit next to a patient and advocate and educate, for someone who spent 2 hours on a YouTube live to help and educate women, for someone who's been doing this for a long time, even if Dr. Jackie has experienced those things with her own personal patients, and she's speaking from personal experience in this climate as someone who knows what's happening, why would you even say it? That's basically where these comments are coming from. Even if, yes, you've had patients who did things like that, they just feel like, you still don't say it at your big age. You don't, because you know how it's going to be interpreted, especially coming from someone who knows better, okay? And Dr. Heavenly is just saying, listen, we've all made mistakes. Let's move on. And I think I just talked about this patient because it was a TikTok, okay? Her patients are tearing her up with their stories on TikTok. Dr. Heavenly responded, "We all have disgruntled patients. Some of them are fired employees. She's been seeing people for over 35 years. I guess it takes someone in business to understand this. No shade." People are trying everything, and Heavenly is like, listen, that's my friend, that's my sis. I'm standing, 10 toes. I'm not going anywhere. So, okay, since the other things are not working, let's remind her how Dr. Jackie called her fat. This woman called you fat for a whole season and discredited you as a dentist for 2 seasons, but you're going to stick beside her? She responded, "I was fat." Dr. Heavenly said, "That's mine, and I'm going to stick beside her, child." The comments got worse, and Dr. Heavenly got so mad that even when someone was looking out for Dr. Jackie, she clapped back, not realizing that the person was actually looking out for Dr. Jackie, saying, "It's crazy how it be our own people who stand in line to tear us down." And just look at her response. And this person is basically stating that, look, yes, what she said was wrong. We get it. Hold her accountable, be upset. But this whole, some of the comments are beyond nasty. Some of the comments are going as low as telling this woman to take her own life. It's like, what? In Dr. Heavenly's statement, she also wrote, "I know her heart." So this person responded, "I learned my lesson of saying I know someone's heart. We will truly never know anyone's true intentions and hearts when no one is looking, but carry on." Heavenly responded, "That's a dumb statement." Jeez. Love you and Dr. Jackie. We'd love to see you all discuss this, maybe a panel or conversation with patients. Let's have a dialogue to figure out how we actually fix the issue. I'm fortunate enough to still be alive, but I know what it's like to not be believed by doctors. I know Dr. Jackie has a heart of gold. She has been so kind and supportive. I hate to see people attacking her, but I do think this could start a much needed discussion. Heavenly responded, "That's exactly what she was doing on my live. She gave 2 hours of her time educating us on these issues. Someone took one sentence out of context. Seems to me no one praises you when you save thousands of lives. No good deed goes unpunished. What you are asking for her has already been done. Take a look at the live from 3 years ago on my YouTube. It's still there." I did mention that. I mentioned that I watched the entire thing. This woman spent 2 hours answering every question. She was professional. She was pleasant. It was a great live. But that one moment and her speaking about her personal experience is the reason why we are here. So no one is making an excuse for her statement and her comment. And yes, I'm now sounding like a broken record, but I'm just saying, excluding this part, She invested her time, and then she now have this platform talking to the VP, raising awareness, going on the radio stations, TV, doing everything to raise awareness, talking about Serena Williams and what she went through and all of that. Heavenly is saying, I'm not overlooking all of that because she made a statement, which she already released a statement about that it was taken out of context. I'm not about to erase the amazing work she's done and all of the amazing things her other clients have to say about her. That's what her friend is saying. I wouldn't expect anything less from a friend. Of course, you're going to support your friend, but that's why I had to read the regular people who are not celebrities comments, and that's why I did Dr. Heavenly's segment the last, because of course you're going to expect her friend to defend her. Dr. Heavenly, I just joined the conversation, and from my understanding, this statement was made 3 years ago and wasn't addressed then at the moment, nor a day or week later, but has resurfaced after Dr. Jackie's conversation with Vice President Harris, where they are discussing ways to help mortality rates for us Black women during pregnancy. All I'm saying is, how do you know if Dr. Jackie hasn't taken accountability for her statement in the past 3 years by her actions? This statement was brought back out to stop Dr. Jackie from achieving her efforts on her plans. So here we are judging and persecuting Dr. Jackie on social media for accountability. We still stuck in the past. This person is basically stating, can't you see this is a distraction? This is what they want us to do. Divide each other, drag each other, break and bring each other down, and distract each other from the important topic at hand. And maybe, just maybe, after making that statement and years later, Dr. Jackie is doing better, and that's the reason why she is having these discussions and all of that. Maybe she doesn't feel that way. And the reason why I keep saying personal experience and all of that is because if she really got convicted, like, oh my gosh, what did I just say? She would have asked Heavenly to take the video down and edit that part out. She was standing in it like, listen, I have had patients that, did that. And not thinking about it like, girl, did you hear what you just said? And then after weeks and months went by and no one said anything, okay, cool. And they moved on. But this person is simply saying, okay, we get it. She made her statement. It was wrong. It was 3 years ago. Since then, she's been advocating and doing the work. You expressed yourself. Can we move on now and get back being focused on the topic at hand? But if you think about it, regardless if you're on the side of dragging Dr. Jackie, the conversation is still happening. So it's still out there. So either way, the conversation is still happening. Also, yes, I saw it. I saw the comments basically, yeah, I want to take Quad down and send her home. Well, let us see and find what we can do to destroy each of you one by one. And Dr. Jackie, you are first. I saw those comments, but there was also the other side that is saying, and then this guy said, oh, she just had a conversation with the vice president. So let us make it look like it had nothing to do with that situation that just happened on the last episode, and make it look like, how dare you have this conversation about pregnant Black women when you are one of those doctors. And this person is simply saying, it was 3 years ago, people can grow. But regardless of whose side you're on, I'm wishing everyone healing. Because I'm not Dr. Jackie and I'm drained.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Today drained me.
So let's go and deal with that particular fact. And we don't want, I know a lot is going on and there are people in the chat, but we can no longer sit around as Black women. And so you can definitely grab the baton and help me say that we have to also have a voice. We want Black women, if you see something, say something. If it doesn't feel right, speak up for yourself, advocate for yourself, have a doula, a midwife, a family member, but do something, say something, find a doctor that you trust. Yeah. And with that number,
that's the number one thing. And I often forget to say that first is you got to have a relationship with your doctor that you can talk to them if we're not giving you or meeting your needs, because everybody's not going to align with everybody. Let's put it that way. And there are patients who may not connect with me or may not connect with Simone or your doctor. Find someone who you can trust and connect with. Ask questions. Is that okay? Is that right? Why didn't you do that? So be a part of making this world a better place. It's sad that the United States of America has this kind of maternity mortality in Black women. So we want to keep talking about that. Yeah. No. About, friendships and all of that great stuff because it is important. But we can no longer sit around and keep losing our Black mama. That's right. Simone, echo me, girl.
Well, Black mama mortality is 2.5, 3 times more common than any other ethnic group. We have to come to the table as our best selves, asking questions, changing doctors when you feel like your doctor is not listening to you, making sure that your body mass index and your weight are at its best, eating healthy, going to all of your prenatal appointments and ultrasounds. And knowing that when high risk factors are there, you have to have a higher alert for yourself and your baby.
Right. And the other thing is they've done studies. It doesn't matter of your education, your socioeconomic status, married or single, overweight or not, Black women are still dying more than anybody else. So we don't want to miss that point. I'm so proud to say that Vice President Harris has taken this on as one of her personal quests to make a difference. So we want to give her a shout out. We want to shout out all Black mamas and tell you how excited we are to have you there. And we're here for you. And find somebody you can trust. Exactly. And ask questions. Yeah. Always ask me why, when, what, where, who. Just ask questions.
And go vote. When you have the opportunity to vote, be the change you want to see. Go vote. Because laws on the books are designed to help us, not to hurt us, and certainly not to continue to see us dying at a disproportionate rate.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is happening. You've seen it in the news. And anytime Serena Williams, one of the greatest tennis player that
her doctor did not listen to her.
And the nurses did not listen to her saying, I know what is wrong. Right? So when you're seeing women of that status, I just made a point, not socioeconomic status, that makes a difference. I don't know.
2 leading causes of death: hemorrhage, hypertension. Get your blood pressure under control. Take your medicine.
Absolutely. So do your part, but definitely hold us accountable that we do our part.
Thank you all for your love and support. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and leave this video a thumbs up. Also turn on notifications so when I do post, you're aware that I posted. And I will see you all in the comment section. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.